All right, seriousness. Let's go. The villain is back. Music Core 05. The villain is back. Right here. The villain is back. Yeah. I got these good guys going, god dang it. I'm the villain on this set and they can't stand it. Try to shut my section down, nope, I won't have it. I'm the one that gave them damage that they can't manage and boo-boos that they can't manage. So off the bat, I'm catching 2 cases, shooting Batman twice like he had 2 faces. Bang, bang, guns in his faces.
What's up, people? Welcome back to Middle VA. I'm your host, DC, with the co-hosts, Fats, Just In Case, and Billy Banks. And now we're going to talk about the world's greatest villains. This will undoubtedly be my favorite segment that we've done to date. Favorite villains. Let's start with villains in movies. I'm gonna throw one out to y'all, and it's very commercial and party liner and all that. I don't care. Darth Vader.
Okay.
And I have some other ones, but I just thought Darth Vader for now. I got a few others.
Now, Vader is probably one of the biggest sci-fi villains out there, but I never really gave Vader a lot of credit until I watched Anakin in Episode 3. And that's when I understood Vader. That's when I was like, okay, Vader's got some history, and he's pissed off, and this is what he's all about. Because you actually feel his pain, his turmoil watching him in Episode 3, the only good of the last 3 Star Wars. But once you see Anakin in that, see him transform into Vader, that gets the blood flowing. That gets the blood flowing.
Okay, I'll throw out another one, and I know a lot of people ain't thinking about this, but I would have to say, and it's really hard for me to put a belt on one guy for greatest villain, but I have to also pull out General Zod from Superman.
Oh, that's where I was going. Oh gosh,
so I'm like, that dude I love him. I love General Zod.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
What's up with that bubblegum wrapper that Superman threw on him in the middle of that fight?
What are you talking about?
He threw this bubblegum wrapper on the dude. What was he doing? He took the S off his chest, threw it on
Oh,
him.
you need to stop.
What was that?
that was some random ass.
He said it one time, he never did it again. I'm like, okay. All right. Anyway, okay. Zod.
Soldiers.
One of my favorite movie villains is Agent Smith.
Oh
my goodness.
Matrix.
The Matrix.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
He made the whole series. The first Matrix was kind of like, okay, here's Keanu Reeves. He's doing his thing. Everything slows down. Everything's cool. It's a little karate, a little bit of guns. But the second and third Matrix without Agent Smith would have been a waste of time, especially the third one. But I was all over some Agent Smith. That's my boy right there.
My favorite villain was Castor Troy.
Nice.
Castor Troy.
Yeah.
That's my
Nice.
favorite villain.
That man was sick.
Nice.
One of my favorite movies too, man.
Nice one.
Face Off was one of those few good movies that are good from the beginning all the way to the end. Face Off does it. And a lot of people don't really know about Face Off. I don't really like Face Off. And I don't even like Nicolas Cage. I don't like him at all.
I'm not a big Nicolas Cage or John Travolta fan.
But
John Travolta fan.
that movie did it for me. That movie was great. Yeah, Castor Troy, great enemy.
I damn near idolize Ra's al Ghul.
Okay.
Damn near.
Yeah.
I love that cat.
Batman.
The first Batman Begins. Liam Neeson.
Well, you know what? You gotta go ahead and throw out the Heath Ledger.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
That goes without saying.
Ra's al Ghul so damn good.
Somebody's gonna be like, oh, they didn't talk about Heath Ledger. Yeah, we talk about Heath Ledger.
I like Ra's al Ghul and I like Heath Ledger. The dynamic between what's his name, Ra's al Ghul and Batman in the first Batman Begins was what made that movie better for me than the second Batman. I know I'm like one of the 5% of people in the world that think that.
Those 5%, damn it.
but I'm telling you, if you name your favorite things that Batman did in the second movie, you don't have any. It's all the stuff that Heath Ledger did.
Absolutely right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's cool. It worked, but still, you're right.
When he kind of popped up behind him in the interrogation room, that was it for me. When Commissioner Gordon walked out, he was like, "Oh, here it comes. The suit light comes on the bow." You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna say. I mean, the old one, Jack Nicholson did alright under Joker.
Well, he was always the Joker. You know, from that. You know, that's how good a job he did. But you know, Heath Ledger came and was like, you know, hey, it's a new age. It's darker. It's more realistic. Hey, you know, move on.
I still like to get some good old Joker products.
New and improved Joker products with a new secret ingredient. Smiley.
Love that Joker.
Uh-oh. He don't look happy. He's been using Brand X.
I gotta tell you, man, my favorite, as far as while we're on Batman, my favorite Batman villain to date still, and I know I'm all by myself on this, Jim Carrey is the Riddler.
I simply love what you've done with this place. Heavy metal meets house and garden.
Sorry, he got his man as the Riddler.
Yeah, you know you crazy.
Had me cracking up.
You know you crazy.
Even though they had Tommy Lee Jones playing Harvey Dent, who's supposed to be a black man, but that's okay.
Which was absolutely horrible.
Like, hey, you were just Billy D. Williams, now you're Tommy Lee Jones. Okay.
Here's what gets me about that whole thing is because that movie was actually okay, right? But the Riddler didn't act the way they made Jim Carrey act, and Two-Face didn't act the way they made Tommy Lee Jones act.
Not even close.
So I was sitting there like, these guys aren't a bunch of laughing fools. They're serious.
Yeah.
These guys are dead serious enemies. You know?
Especially Two-Face.
Yeah.
Riddler's pretty serious.
By the way, Two-Face, nobody told me, because everybody was so falling over themselves over the dead Joker. Yeah, no one told me that Two-Face showed up in the second Batman. I almost crapped on myself because at first I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna set it up for Two-Face to come back in the next one. Fine.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna be in the movie, and he was in there for a minute too. Oh,
Getting it in with the coin.
I lost it. I was in the theater going nuts. Everybody's looking at me like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? You know, does he know that Heath Ledger's in the movie? No. I'm like, Two-Face is in it. That's my boy. I love Two-Face.
Two-Face, they did a really good job with him too.
I got another villain, or it's going to be kind of villains. What about the Bug Race from the first Starship Troopers?
The Bug Race, they were evil. That's all I gotta say, man. They were brutal.
That movie.
Those damn things were brutal.
That movie that movie always made me think of, till this day, I think of, what if for some strange reason, like, you know, something happened to the water or whatever, and roaches just mutated and got as big as we were, and we had to fight them. That's what Starship Troopers was to me. Can you imagine fighting just a insect as big as we are, that's faster and doesn't care, and just endlessly multiplies? Can you imagine that though? So that's why Starship Troopers still
That's a damn nightmare, man.
you know.
That's
Never
a
seen
nightmare. Y'all never see Starship Troopers?
Nah, but I'm imagining, he says giant bugs.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about my man Sugar Water from Men in Black.
Oh.
I don't know his name, but the dude from Criminal Intent. Long know the Criminal Intent.
If you didn't like Men in Black, you need to get over yourself and stop taking yourself so seriously.
I like Man in
The
Black.
first Men in Black was great. The second one, whatever you want to call it. The first Men in Black was a great freaking movie. And it was a fun family movie.
I also had to throw out, and he was played by a black guy on that was great. The Predator.
Oh, yes.
God, that Predator makes no sense how cool he is. Now, you guys haven't seen... Okay, you know what? I'm about to turn this off. You guys haven't seen Predator?
Nope.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Never
I don't
seen
remember what it's like. I've seen it before.
Oh, my God.
Never seen it.
Okay, we need to get into something a little...
Seen part of one.
I hate that y'all going pretty deep on this. So I gotta say real quick and just get in and get out. My favorite kitty villain, Super Shredder. Even though they never fought, the Turtles and Ninja Turtles 2 never fought Super Shredder.
Oh,
They didn't fight Kevin Nash, and yes, Super Shredder was Kevin Nash.
Really? I didn't know that. Wow, that's cool.
They called him out now in TNA. They called him out. Oh, it was so funny.
Are you serious?
They called him, yeah. Super Shredder was Kevin Nash.
That's funny.
They never touched each other. Like, oh, it's Super Shredder. I pulled this thing down on top of me.
Man, do you know how hype I was in the movie when he popped up? You know, like his fist came out the drum, like, oh my god, he's tight.